If you guys have an issue with customers viewing your Autobidder form but not completing it completely and going through the whole process, this one tip can help you fix that problem, and that is videos. So using videos is very important, and I just want to make this video to kind of walk you through why videos are important, why you should at least consider using them, and then I want to briefly touch on how to add them and how to make them. So getting into it, why videos are important. The first issue is the attention problem. So if you've been in this world for more than a few years, you probably know the average website visitor spends less than 60 seconds on a website. So you have a very short time frame where you have to capture that user's attention and get them to take action. And with a static website, it's just harder and harder to do that. You can use videos on just a normal video or a normal website, and a lot of people would recommend doing that. And this is just leveling that up. I mean, you really should have videos to help you stand out. Also, without guidance, they can hesitate and leave. So a lot of times, your Autobidder form, depending on how complicated you make it, it may be just too complex for a customer to understand, and they just need, a little bit of help. They need, whether it's using the measure tool, the AI tool, whatever it may be, having a video can help them out a ton. And so, they could go view multiple companies. All right. So why videos work? Let's get into it. The human connection builds trust. And this one's pretty obvious. If a customer is comparing your pressure wash business or whatever business you are in to other businesses, if you have a video, that customer is able to see the person behind the brand. They're able to build a connection with you before they've even met you. And that just makes you stand out. It makes you look different than just a logo. And then here we got the bullet points, customers buy from people they feel that they know, like, and trust. I mean, that was like the most basic thing when I first got into business. There was this concept of know, like, and trust. First, you have to get them to know you, then you have to get them to like you, and then you have to get them to trust you. And really, there's no better way to do that than with videos when it comes to an online world. Of course, if you actually meet them, it's different. But when it comes to just online world, when a customer's comparing different companies, that's one of the best ways to do that. A short video introducing yourself and explaining the process really humanizes your brand. And then eye contact and tone of voice can convey your sincerity, right? And get your message across more clearly than text alone. So the next thing here, and this is also very important, is clarity reduces friction. So when I first got into marketing 5 years ago, I really, really sort of idolized this guy named Russell Brunson, the founder of ClickFunnels. And he had this one concept that said, a confused mind always says no. If the customer's confused, they're always going to say no to whatever your offer is. And so with videos, you ideally will lower that confusion and bring more clarity to the customer so that they kind of feel more confidence in the form and that the price that they get is an accurate price. Because that's one problem. If they feel like the price they're getting isn't accurate, or if it's just a random number, they're not going to take it too seriously and they're not going to care much about it. So with the video, you want to convey that, no, this is an actual, accurate price. Now, of course, you want to leave, let them know, okay, we're still going to confirm it. We're going to make sure that the information you enter is accurate and so on. But you want to give them that confidence. Authority and confidence. So when customers understand exactly what will happen next, they feel safe to proceed. So again, that's kind of piggybacking on the last topic. If you just let them know what's going to happen, explain it to them, bring them on board, it just makes it more likely that they're actually going to complete the form. And that's what this is all about, this video process, everything about Autobidder, from the measure map to the videos to the AI tools. It's all about increasing the number of people who actually complete the form and create that fair exchange of value, which is giving you their lead contact information in exchange for your pricing information, a fair exchange of value. Measurable conversion boost. Now this is measurable, and I can even leave a link to it if you guys are interested in the description. I'll leave some links to some different studies. But explainer videos can increase your conversions from between 20 and 80%. Just a very simple video. I mean, for the reasons we mentioned before, I mean, I think the obvious thing is, they can build connection with you, and it lowers uncertainty. And so inside Autobidder, that means more leads finish their quotes and book services. And that's really the most important thing. That's what this is all about. So where to add videos in Autobidder? So there's a few different areas. I mean, if you're embedding an Autobidder on your website, you can add the forms to any page on the side, add it into a pop-up. That's how I have it structured. But inside of Autobidder itself, you can also add videos at the start of the form. You can add it on the pricing page. and you can add videos to the booking page. Now you can also add videos to each individual service, which is very useful if you only want to explain, like maybe there's some caveat you have with your house washing where you ask some specific type of question that might be a bit confusing. That would be a great opportunity to make a video for each individual service. So I think we're getting toward the end here. Okay, so how to make great videos. I'm going to just go through a brief kind of like how to make a decent video, how to structure it, and then I want to show you where to actually add the videos inside of Autobidder. So my first piece of advice is to keep it short. Keep it about a minute or so. If you can keep it around a minute, that's a sweet spot. You can go 2 to 3 minutes if you want to, but unless you're keeping it pretty engaging, a lot of people are going to click away. So try to keep it about a minute or so. Talk as if you're explaining the process to a friend, not reading from a script. A lot of times it can sound scripted. And if you do have a script, there's nothing wrong with that, but just practice it enough to where it sounds like it just rolls off the tongue. You don't want to sound like a robot. A simple setup, just like I'm recording this video here, you can just set up your computer, go through the form on a screen recording call like I'm doing now on Loom, or you can use your phone and just set it up on a tripod and explain the process. If you're uncomfortable on camera, you could just do the video share, but just don't share your webcam. I personally like sharing I think you will get better results if you do share your face. I understand if you're uncomfortable on camera, I totally get that. But I will say you will get more conversions. Maybe it's something you have to consider getting out of your comfort zone. Just my 2 cents. Okay, now for the structure, it's basically simple. You want to have a hook, value, and then reassurance. That's broken up this way. Russell Brunson is this hook story offers how Russell Brunson. We're going to break it down. It's basically the same thing. Basically capture the attention, explain the point of the video, and then basically just tell them what's going to happen, what to expect. So this isn't super salesy video, but you may just start it off like, hey, I'm so-and-so from this pressure washing company. This is how to use our form. It can be a little bit complex right here, so I want to make this video to show you how, and then kind of get into it. Now you can also add your logo. I recommend add your logo to the video, up in the corner or something, and captions are always nice. It makes it easier for people, if the volume's low or whatever, so it's not a bad idea to add captions. And I recommend using CapCut if you want, CapCut's a free video editor. They have a paid version which has some benefits to it, but you could get by with the free version, I believe. Create captions for it, make it easier for them to see. And what you do is you have to upload that video to YouTube, and I'll basically show you from here. So that's how all of that will work. Actually, I think that was the last one. Okay, now let's head over to Autobidder, and I want to show you how to actually add the videos. All right. So first, you need to upload a video to YouTube. You can also upload the video to Vimeo or any video hosting platform, but YouTube is free. Everybody uses YouTube. So I recommend using YouTube. Okay, now we're going to head over to the Logic tab, and I'm just going to show you basically where to add it. So you'll see if you scroll down about halfway down, you'll see where it says guide video. You've got form introduction video, pricing page video, and booking/schedule page video. So this one shows up on the very first thing that people see. I'll just put this in here. This one shows up on the pricing page, and then this one shows up on the scheduling page. Now, if you want to save it, you just got to come down and click save. And then in order to add videos to each individual service, you just click into the service and scroll down to where it says guide video, and same thing, you just paste the link to that video right there. And so this one was gazebo cleaning. So I'll just go ahead and do this as an example. So let's go ahead and head over to dashboard. Give it a second, open up the calendar page, and I'll just want to show you how the video would look to your customer. Okay. So here we've got just a basic looking Autobidder form, and that video that I just added is right there. Now I also added that same exact video to gazebo cleaning. So I'll select garage cleaning, which should not have a video, and gazebo cleaning, so you can see the difference. So you can see garage cleaning, there's no video. We enter some whatever square footage. Okay, now gazebo cleaning, and now you can see the video shows up for gazebo cleaning. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's all there is to it, to the videos. Highly recommend using them if you want to get, ultimately the idea is to maximize your conversions. And if videos are a thing that you can use, then why would you not? I mean, it's literally just leads to making more money. So highly recommend doing the videos. If you're uncomfortable on camera, you can look into some AI things. I don't know that I recommend those, especially if you can tell they're AI. Unless you find an AI tool that's so good you can't tell. I would recommend just doing, no real human, even if you have to pay someone to do it for you or have one of your team members do it if you're uncomfortable on camera. But that's it, guys. That's all I had for you in this one. I hope you learned something, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.